already see something I don't like with the new one. And this will be the action that opens it. But there's no extra handle, and we would heavily rely on this handle when it was extremely windy outside, especially from the back of the coach, to hold on to the door so it didn't blow open. Now we'll be just kind of relying on this one piece, and I don't think I'm a fan of that. But let's get started. And the new lock versus the old lock looks like it fits right in place. There's no modification to the door. We're going to start by removing all the screws. After the screws are removed, this handle simply pulls away from the door. Then you move to this edge of the door in the jamb and remove these 2 screws. After these 2 screws are removed, your lock will be loose. Remove that plate, and the lock should slide out the front of the door, just like that.
Now it may seem kind of silly, but I really like the look of this handle. It kind of has an automotive look to it, and it sort of matches our truck handles. So I can't wait to see it on the trailer.
Now installing the new lock, we got to get the latch and the bolt through this part of the door, and it's kind of a hooking motion. Pretty simple, slides right in. Now installing the inside plate, you always want to have the bolt thrown. This is your dead bolt, so that'll be the locked position. And I'm going to put the indicator on the locked position. Now this can get a little awkward. You may need 2 to 3 hands. Don't get impatient, just be patient. Make sure everything's lined up. The door handle, see how the door handle's not lined up? Or the latch handle, yep. Okay, now that's locked in. Now that it's in place, you use the supplied hardware. Now in the kit, you're supplied with 6 different screws, a longer one and a shorter one. Now, you get 4 of the longer ones. Those go on the inside plate of the lock, on the inside of the door, and the shorter ones go in the door jamb. Don't get them mixed up. 2 short ones, 4 long ones. Nice and gentle. You don't want to overdo it. Now, I over-tighten these 2, and that's not correct. I'm just going to put those in a couple threads, and then I'm going to loosen these up. And the reason is I do not want the lock completely rigid yet. I want to make sure everything's functioning before you tighten it down, because if it's too rigid, you can run into a binding situation. So you see how we have a little movement there? That gives you enough to work with, enough movement to work with. We'll get this plate on here. Function works. Function works. We're going to tighten up all the screws now. What do you think, Lauren? Closing it for the first time. Uh-oh. Oh, we got one more part to do. We just have to replace this section here on the outside of the door with the new part. Now these have a slot in here. This slot is so that you can adjust them over this fastener. You can adjust it back and forth so that the door lines up just perfect. For this step, you will have to use the original fasteners. Oh, we got some insulation in there. We'll simply remove that. Now, with some trial and error, we'll get it adjusted right to the perfect spot. All right, I think it's ready to go.
We've had this door handle for about a month now, and it's been working really well. It's been working like a door handle should. The only thing we miss about the old door handle is there was a grab handle to hold on to when you open the door, and this one does not have that. We have made one modification. We painted over the directions on the handle that say how to open it. We didn't feel like we needed to be told how to open our door. Other than that, it's been aesthetically pleasing and it's worked really well.